Hi dear friends, fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to the Sunday edition of the Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. Well, on this Cricket Happenings show, as I said, there were very important matches for three teams today. And yes, Royal Challengers Bangalore definitely did a good turn for themselves here in this 42nd match which happened at the Ranchi, where the Royal Challengers Bangalore won the match against the Chennai Super Kings by 5 wickets, and as I said, they have done a good turn for themselves here, and this match was very crucial, and for them the win was very crucial. As far as Chennai Super Kings are concerned, they almost made it sure that they are going to be entering the top 4. And then I also told you yesterday that there was one more match which was going to be played, and that was between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders. And the match was important for both the teams here, and well, in the end it was the Kolkata Knight Riders who prevailed over the Sunrisers Hyderabad by a margin of 7 wickets. In the sense, they won by 7 wickets. It was in the end, I would say it was a very comfortable victory for the Kolkata Knight Riders. And as far as the other cricket is concerned, this is the tour game, the last tour game that Sri Lanka were playing, in the sense the last tour game before the real contest starts as far as England and Sri Lanka are concerned. And this was a match which was being played between Sussex and Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka absolutely thrashed the Sussex bowlers to all parts of the park, especially the openers, by crushing them with a 10-wicket victory in the 20-over match. In fact, they didn't even play half the number of overs, and Dilshan and Vithanage, Dilshan and Dilshan was hitting the boundaries, Dilshan and Vithanage was going aerial, and both of them slammed the bowling to have a victory by 10 wickets. But what was very important, the 128 runs was scored by the Sri Lankans in just 9.1 overs. So that will give you that they just played 55 deliveries to get that win. So so severity was the beating as far as the Sussex team was concerned. Well, so I'll come back to that. So these are the three things that I'm going to look at today in this particular Cricket Happening show. So we are starting off with the 42nd match, which started between the Chennai Super Kings and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. It was a good toss to win. In fact, the Royal Challengers, it was the Chennai Super Kings Mahendra Singh Dhoni winning the toss here at his home ground here in Ranchi. And he immediately sussed up the pitch pretty quickly, because when the toss was put, immediately when he was interviewed, he pretty much said that this is a very slow pitch, and that was the case. In fact, it was the Chennai Super Kings batsmen who were really struggling against the spin of the Royal Challengers Bangalore bowlers. Now, looking at the bowling figures, Muthiah Muralidharan 4 overs 1 for 29. In fact, look at Abu Nashim Ahmed, he was a medium pacer, 1 for 18. But Yuzvendra Chahal bowled 4 overs for 27. Sachin Rana 1 over for 9 runs. Varun Arun had 2 for 29, and Mitchell Stark 4 overs, none for 23. But it was spinners who actually throttled the Chennai Super Kings batting lineup to keep them restricted. And finally, what Mahendra Singh Dhoni said at the interview, in the pre-match interview, was absolutely true, as the Chennai Super Kings were restricted to 138 for 4 wickets on a pitch which was gripping, and it was definitely affording a lot of turn for the spinners. Now, as far as the Chennai Super Kings are concerned, well, Dwayne Smith, who has been their main man as far as this particular Indian Premier League 2014 is concerned, also continued to struggle. In fact, this is something of a real rarity for the Chennai Super Kings, as Dwayne Smith struggled to make 9 runs of 15 balls with just 1 4. And Brendan McCullum, I was a bit surprised that he had gone for the birth of the first child in New Zealand, and he has returned back. And it was very surprising, because yesterday I told you that Brendan McCullum might be missed by Chennai Super Kings, but probably I was wrong there. So I do apologize, dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings, but Brendan McCullum was there. But today this opening pair couldn't click. Brendan McCullum was the first to go. Varun Arun was the one who provided the breakthrough. In fact, Varun Arun was the one who provided a double breakthrough when he first got rid of Brendan McCullum for 19 of 13 balls with 1 4 and 2 sixes, and then went on to claim the wicket of Dwayne Smith for 9 of 15 balls with 1 4. The only person who really played for the Chennai Super Kings according to the needs of the situation was Suresh Raina, who kept working the balls and kept taking advantage of any loose stuff that was sent to him by hitting an unbeaten 62 of 48 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. He got some support from David Hussey, who played his first match today, coming in from the com box and being included in the Chennai Super Kings team. Contributed 25 runs of 29 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Dhoni today couldn't do much. He was out for 7 of 6 balls. And finally, when the Chennai Super Kings innings came to an end, they were restricted to 138 for 4 of the 20 overs. Suresh Raina not out 62, Ravindra Jadeja not out 10, and I've already spoken about the bowling figures, but the spinners were the ones who really kept this Chennai Super Kings on a tight leash because of some turn afforded on the pitch there. Now, as far as the Royal Challengers Bangalore were concerned, they had Chris Gayle and Patel opening, and Parthiv Patel, one of the strokes that he played of the bowling of Mohit Sharma was a real cracker jacker, I would say, because the ball was absolutely nailed by Parthiv Patel. It showed tremendous timing, and what was good about it was the stroke was absolutely effortless as Mohit Sharma pitched the ball and Parthiv Patel just lent the bat to the ball, and the ball was speeding to the fence straight past Mohit Sharma, the bowler. What a shot that was. It was a really so catching to the eye. And Chris Gayle was the other partner at the other end, and then Parthiv Patel was dismissed by Ashwin. As I said, this pitch was definitely giving help to the spinners, and well, Mahendra Singh Dhoni didn't waste any time. He immediately got his spinners. In fact, if you look at the Chennai Super Kings team, it was really, I would say, that Chennai Super Kings didn't really put up a fight here, because if you look at the margin, Royal Challengers Bangalore won the match by 5 wickets. What Mahendra Singh Dhoni did is that he had only one pace bowler, and that was Mohit Sharma, and he had lots of spin bowlers. If you look at it, Ravichandran Ashwin, then they had Samuel Badri, they have Suresh Raina, Ravindra Jadeja, and still the Royal Challengers Bangalore could win this match. So that was real credit. And I thought the behavior of the pitch also changed slightly once the Chennai Super Kings the innings were over. I thought there was a bit of a change in the track, but it was still not easy, I would say. So one has to really credit the Royal Challengers Bangalore for playing well. In fact, Chris Gayle, he stood there. In fact, he was not. He understood the situation there, and he stood. But the first wicket to go was Parthiv Patel, and what a way to go for Parthiv Patel, trying to sweep a delivery from Ravichandran Ashwin, being a left-hander, and getting caught in the slip. So that was something unusual. The ball really went in an odd way, and Raina took the catch. So he was gone for 10. Chris Gayle was joined by Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli today definitely knew that the pitch was not easy to bat on, and it was very essential for Virat Kohli to stay at the crease, and that's what he precisely did in that partnership with Chris Gayle after the early dismissal of Parthiv Patel by putting on 61 runs. Even though if you look at it, it was not done in the breezy fashion. It was done according to the needs of the game, and that was very important, as Virat Kohli and Gayle slowly chiseled together a partnership, with Virat Kohli finally being out while trying to come down the track and lob Jadeja. But Jadeja, seeing that Virat Kohli was down the track, he slipped the ball a bit outside the stumps, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni behind the stumps did the rest. So Virat Kohli contributed 27 of 29 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. In the meanwhile, A.B. de Villiers came in and joined Chris Gayle, and Chris Gayle played his part very well. In fact, he blocked a few, but also saw to it that he never left any opportunity of a loose ball go begging by cracking them for sixes. He smoked 3 sixes and 3 boundaries in his knock of 46 of 50 balls, being a victim of Ashwin, and that was a dismissal where Chris Gayle first showing intentions to attack Ashwin, and later on decided that he's just going to block the delivery, and in doing so he really lost the plot there, as Ravichandran Ashwin got that ball to really skid on and went on to hit the stumps. So Gayle was gone 46 of 50 balls, 3 fours and 3 sixes. A.B. de Villiers did his part by hitting a quick fire 28 of 14 balls and 1 4 and 3 sixes. Yes, there was definitely the pressure, because it went down to the wire. It went all the way down to the 20th over when 10 runs were required, and finally it was done by In fact, they had a bit of a stutter as Suresh Raina was out for 1 to the bowling of Hussey, and then it was a bit surprised to see Mahendra Singh Dhoni give the ball to David Hussey, who was pretty costly, but Yuvraj Singh hit him for a 6. He was not out on 13 of 9 balls when the winning hit was done by him, and Abu Najim Ahmed was the one who actually hit the winning hit. He hit a ball of the very first ball. In fact, they had actually leveled the scores, and Abu Najim Ahmed actually hit a boundary of the very first ball that he faced from David Hussey, and won the match for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. So Royal Challengers Bangalore would be very, very satisfied that they could actually put it across the Chennai Super Kings team. So 142 for 5 was the final score for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, winning the match by 5 wickets. Looking at the bowling figures, Mohit Sharma bowled 2 overs for 13 runs. Ashwin was very impressive, 4 overs unmade and 216. Badri 3 overs only for 15. And Suresh Raina bowled 4 overs for 20. Jadeja 4 overs on for 31. And David Hussey, very, very costly, I thought. Even though it was very costly, I thought Mahendra Singh Dhoni kept on persisting with David Hussey, which was a bit of a surprise according to me, because Samuel Badri still had the 4th over. Probably he thought that Samuel Badri might have been easy to under, or probably Mohit Sharma could have been the choice. So one was really wondering as to why David Hussey was being persisted with. But well, ifs are ifs and buts are buts. 2.5 overs no made and 38 runs and 2 wickets. David Hussey was simply carted, I would say, and then AB de Villiers of the Royal Challengers Bangalore was given the man of the match, because under the circumstances that quick fire knock of his really was very, very crucial. Now let's shift from this particular match, go on to the 43rd match, which was played at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium, Uppal in Hyderabad, between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders. The Sunrisers Hyderabad were the ones who actually won the toss. Now let me tell you one important and a very, very very important thing, and that would be that Shikhar Dhawan was not the captain of Sunrisers Hyderabad. In fact, due to his poor form, probably Shikhar Dhawan was replaced today. Darren Sammy was the one who was given the mantle, and Darren Sammy was the captain of the Sunrisers Hyderabad team. So he won the toss and elected to bat, and Sunrisers Hyderabad, well, they put up 142 for 8 of their 20 overs. It was not easy for the Sunrisers Hyderabad here, because first they couldn't get a good start as they lost Aaron Finch, and Umesh Yadav today, for a change, for the first time in this Indian Premier League, was really on target, bowling on the right line and length, and eventually he was the person who actually got the man of the match with figures of 4 overs no made and 26 runs and 3 wickets. Aaron Finch was out for 8. Umesh Yadav was the one who picked up his wicket. Shikhar Dhawan definitely played some sparkling strokes for 4s on his stay at the crease, but that was it. Sunil Narine actually got him caught by Gambhir. He was gone for 19. Namanoja did what he does best by cracking 2 sixes and 1 boundary in a knock of 22 of 24 balls. David Warner was the one who was the highest scorer, contributing 34 of 18 balls with 3 fours and 2 sixes. Rahul made 14 of 15 balls. Irfan Pathan towards the end slamming 23 of 19 balls with 2 fours and unbeaten 23 at that. And today Darren Sammy couldn't do much. He was gone for 7. Karan Sharma was run out for 4. Dale Steyn was out for 1. And the Sunrisers Hyderabad ended up with a score of 142 for 8 of 20 overs. And definitely I thought the 142 for 8 was not a decent enough score for the to challenge the Kolkata Knight Riders batting might. Now looking at the bowling figures as far as the Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers were concerned, Mone Morkel bowled 4 overs for 39, was a bit costly, but Umesh Yadav is absolutely on target today, picking up the man of the match award with bowling 4 overs for 26 runs and 3 wickets. Sunil Narine, as impressive as ever, as economical as ever, 4 overs no made and 1 for 21. Shakib Al Hasan also did his bet, 3 overs for 22 runs and 2 wickets. Ryanton Doshat bowled 1 over for 8 runs, and Piyush Chawla bowling 4 overs for 24 runs and picking up a single wicket. Now as far as the Kolkata Knight Riders were concerned, well, they didn't have a good beginning, and well, let me tell you, it was a very controversial beginning as far as the Kolkata Knight Riders openers were concerned, because the Kolkata Knight Riders openers have definitely laid the foundation in all the matches, and today I would say Gautam Gambhir was a bit unlucky, because Dale Steyn got a ball to pitch, the ball was swinging away, and I thought there was really daylight gap between the bat and the ball, and Dale Steyn was the only person who really appealed, and Gautam Gambhir was given out, caught by Oja of the bowling of Steyn for 6 in the slips, and but the wicketkeeper, in fact, Namanaja was the wicketkeeper. But Gautam Gambhir was absolutely miffed about that the thing, because he was really uttering some words when he was walking. He was throwing his bat when he came into the dugout, and why not? Gambhir was absolutely frustrated, but Gambhir would have been absolutely, I would say, pretty relieved that Kolkata Knight Riders in the end won the game. So that was the dismissal which started off everything. Gautam Gambhir caught Oja bowled Steen for 6 of 10 balls with 1 4 to make the score 8 for 1. After that, Robin Uthappa, once again, as you know, he has been a sort of a very, very consistent bloke in this Kolkata Knight Riders successful scheme of things. He was joined in by Manish Pandey. Robin Uthappa hit some good strokes down the ground. He contributed 40 of 33 balls with 5 4s and 1 6 being run out from Oja Sami combination. Manish Pandey's contribution was 35 of 32 balls with 3 4s and 1 6. Yes, there was definitely some pressure when Manish Pandey departed with the score on 104, because they required, they had around 24 balls still left, and in the 24 balls they still had to get around, I would say, 100. They required another 38 runs. And the one good thing for the Kolkata Knight Riders was that 2 good hitters at the crease were available. And well, they definitely did disappoint the crown today here. Yusuf Pathan and Ryan Doshat, seeing to it that Kolkata Knight Riders will win the game, with Yusuf Pathan's contribution being an unbeaten 39 of 28 balls with 2 4s and 2 6s. And Ryan Doshat, has not been really firing on all cylinders as he did in the last Indian Premier League 2013. Today, he definitely showed some prowess there by contributing an unbeaten 25 of 15 balls with 2 4s and 1 6. And this was an unbeaten partnership which took the Kolkata Knight Riders to a handsome victory by 7 wickets. Now let's have a look at the bowling figures. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who was hit for 6s, Bhuvneshwar Kumar was hit for 6s both by Yusuf Pathan and Ryan Doshat. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, 3.4 overs, no maiden, none for 37. A pretty unusual sight at that, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, because Bhuvneshwar Kumar normally is a bowler who can't be targeted, and today was a bit very unusual to see that Bhuvneshwar Kumar was coming in for some severe drilling from the Kolkata Knight Riders, but especially I thought towards the end Yusuf Pathan and Ryan Doshat really climbing onto him. None for 37. Dale Steen 4 overs, 1 for 24. Karan Sharma bowled 4 overs, 1 for 19, was very impressive. Dan Sami bowled only 1 over for 7 runs. Amit Mishra was another person who really couldn't get his bearings right today. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 38. Irfan Pathan bowled 3 overs for 20 runs. As I said, Umesh Yadav for the first time in the Indian Premier League really hitting his straps and taking away the Man of the Match award with 3 wickets for 28 runs. And I thought he richly deserved that. So that would give him some confidence. So let's now get on from the Indian Premier League and get on to the Sri Lankan tour of England and Ireland. As you know, on Tuesday, it's going to be the first T20 clash between the Sri Lankans and the English team. But today was the last tour game before they get on to the real contest. And well, the Sussex were the ones who batted first. And the Sussex could only muster 126 for 7 of their 20 overs. Now, for me, that was a real surprise, considering the fact that Sussex boasted of some very good batsmen in the batting lineup. Wells is a very good batsman. Well, he could contribute only 11 of as many balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Matt Machan was the, if you look at the score, Sussex made 126 for 7, and look at what Matt Machan has been very consistent for the Sussex team, and today his contribution was no less here by making the highest score of 63 of 45 balls with 4 4s and 2 6s. Other than that, there was none of the batsmen who could really get into grips with the Sri Lankan bowling, as Michael Yardy made only 11 of 25 balls with 1 4. Rory Hamilton-Brown was dismissed for 1 of 3 balls. BC Brown is out for 14. Asher Zaidi was not out on 14. And there's nothing to really talk about. Let's look at the bowling. So Sussex in the 20 overs were 126 for 7. As far as the Sri Lankan bowling was concerned, Dilshan bowled 1 over for 6 runs. Suranga Lakmal 4 overs, 1 for 32. Today I thought Suranga Lakmal was not so impressive. He was doing well in the previous tour games, but today I thought there was something more that Suranga Lakmal could do. Sachitra Senanaike 3 overs, 1 for 28. Lasith Malinga 4 overs, 2 for 20. Mendes 4 overs, 1 for 24, and Pereira 2 for 13. And looking at that score of 126, one thought that probably Sussex will try to fight, but let me tell you the openers, the Sri Lankan openers, especially Dilshan, who contributed an unbeaten. In fact, as you know, Sri Lanka actually went on to they just steamrollered Sussex and got into a victory in 9.1 overs. So basically they took only 55 balls to score the 128 runs. It was done very well by the Sri Lankan openers. Dilshan slamming the ball in all directions. But what was good to see about Dilshan was that he didn't have a single six in that particular knock. But his total contribution was a very hard hit, unbeaten 73 of just 31 deliveries with 16 fours. And the other end, the young Dilshan and Vithanage, he was the one who was, I would say, more aggressive than Dilshan, and he decided to take the long handle, as he actually sent Piolet, who actually bowled 1 over, was taken for 3 sixes by Vithanage's bat, as Vithanage continued to really belt the ball, these Sussex bowlers to all parts of the park, and his contribution was an unbeaten 52 of 24 deliveries with 4 fours and 5 sixes. And in the end, as I said, the Sri Lanka absolutely steamrolling the Sussex team and getting on to a 10-wicket victory in just 55 balls. In fact, in 9.1 overs, the match was over with Sri Lanka belting the ball in all directions, especially the Sri Lankan openers, who were the only ones who actually played the Sussex bowlers. And looking at the bowling, you wouldn't see any bowler that really did not suffer. I mean, each and every bowler suffered from the blades of both the openers, Vithanage and Dilshan. Zaidi 1 over for 12 runs. Little 3 overs went for 31. Lewis 2 overs for 27. Piolet just bowled that 1 over where Vithanage put him for 3 sixes. He bowled 1 over for 22. Rory Hamilton was used 1 over for 16. Beer bowled 1 over for 15. And the winning hit was scored of the solitary delivery that Wells bowled, which went away for 4. So Sussex, as I said, absolutely crushed there, and they were really. I thought the Sussex bowling was taken to the cleaners today. Well, but for Sri Lanka, that would offer them a lot of hope now, because the other day they lost one tour game, as you remember. But one good thing for Sri Lanka is that just on the eve of the Tuesday T20 clash, which is coming up between Sri Lanka and England, the Sri Lankan openers have definitely given the Sri Lankan team a lot of confidence by getting such a victory under their belt just before the T20 clash. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I'm almost close to winding up my Cricket Happenings show now. But before I go, I would like to tell you that tomorrow the game is between Rajasthan Royals and the Mumbai Indians at Ahmedabad in the Indian Premier League 2014. And the Kings 11 Punjab, the red hot favourites, who already made, that is another team that has already made sure of its place in the last 4 in the Indian Premier League 2014, will take on the bedraggled Delhi Daredevils tomorrow. Well, dear fans and subscribers, your host Ram, as usual, will be there to cover both the matches in some detail. Other than that, there's nothing else to add, dear fans and subscribers. As I said, your cooperation has been absolutely wonderful. Your support to the cricket show has been tremendous. Keep that going, and your host Ram is always there to entertain you on this Cricket Happening show. Until then, it's goodbye for the day. Thank you.